Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons that intermittent fasting can help you live longer. Let's start off with reason number 1. Now, reason number 1 is the most obvious reason. It's probably the reason why intermittent fasting has gotten so popular as of late. And that number 1 reason, of course, is weight loss. Now, intermittent fasting contributes to weight loss greatly because what it does is it makes it so you end up eating less calories during the course of the day if you weren't doing intermittent fasting to begin with. Now, I personally practice intermittent fasting, and typically I will stop eating around 9 p.m. and I'll start eating again about 3 p.m. the next day. So, I mean, you guys can do the math out there. That gives me about 6 hours, a 6-hour window in which to consume all the calories that I'm going to consume for that entire day. Now, obviously, if I had started eating at 7 o'clock in the morning and ate all the way till 9 p.m. that night, I have plenty more time to shove food in my mouth, and then I end up eating more calories. So intermittent fasting definitely helps you keep that weight off. And so why does keeping the weight off necessarily mean that we're going to live longer? Well, again, that's pretty obvious as well, right? When's the last time you saw somebody over 100 years old who was really, really fat? Even over 90 years old. Even over 80, right? The fatter you are, it's no secret, the fatter you are, the more likely you're going to die sooner. And a lot of that has to do, of course, with all the chronic disease that comes along with being fat or being obese, right? So intermittent fasting definitely helps guard against that. That is one way it's going to help you live longer. The number 2 reason that intermittent fasting can help you live longer is because of that great reduction in all those bad markers. Bad markers are things like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol. All these things put you at risk for heart disease or diabetes, right? So, cool thing about intermittent fasting is it's actually been shown to reduce those bad markers, especially if you're at risk. In fact, if you have a high blood sugar, so you're in a pre-diabetic state, it will reduce you back to when you have a normal level of blood sugar. I know this firsthand because that is something that happened to me. I was pre-diabetic, started doing intermittent fasting. That's one of the ways I was able to correct that naturally. Now, of course, if you have normal blood sugar, the intermittent fasting is not going to mess with it at all. So the cool thing is that suggests that really intermittent fasting helps you heal issues with your body, not just randomly lower these markers. All right. Here's another side to that. Intermittent fasting also increases your insulin sensitivity. You're like, woo, insulin sensitivity, that's awesome, right? Well, it is, because insulin resistance is what leads us to diabetes, right? And it's also been shown that people with low amounts of insulin tend to live longer. And how do you have lower amounts of insulin than other people? Well, you become insulin sensitive. The more insulin sensitive you are, the less insulin you're going to need. So again, another reason that intermittent fasting can help you live longer. Reason number 3, it is super good for your brain. And when I mean super good for your brain, I mean it helps your brain grow more neurons. I mean it protects you against neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. It can even help your brain repair itself after traumatic injuries like stroke, right? That is a significant benefit. Now again, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, if you've known anybody or had any of your relatives suffer through these things, it's not good for longevity. Let's just say that, okay? So anything that helps protect your brain will likely help you live a little bit longer as well. Quality of life while you're living. Reason number 4, autophagy. Now autophagy, I love that word. It's one of my favorite words to say, autophagy, right? And what's really cool about it, besides that it kind of sounds cool, is it literally means self-devouring or self-eating, okay? And so what this is when you have some cells in your body that say, hey, listen, I don't like crappy cells. I really don't. If you're malfunctioning, if you're not working right, if you look a little broken or something, I'll tell you what, I'm going to find you, I'm going to dismantle you, I'm going to eat you, and then I'm going to create some brand new, fresh, healthy cells. How cool is that? That's what autophagy is. When these cells go and they hunt down those bad cells and eat them up and then create some new cells. Now, guess what triggers autophagy? That's right. Fasting triggers autophagy. So when you fast, that's another way that you give your body a chance to really heal itself and create some nice new cells that, again, will help you live longer. So autophagy, super awesome. Reason number 4. And finally, reason number 5. Intermittent fasting can improve your immune system. So, we always hear this. Hey, you know what? He got sick and he died. What happens when you have a better immune system? You get sick less. Exactly. So what intermittent fasting will do is actually make your body start to create more white blood cells, which will help you fight off illness and disease, which is super awesome. And then on top of that, it has been shown that if you fast for a short period of time, you're better able to resist the ravages of chemotherapy when you're fighting cancer. It actually increases your immune system to the point where your immune system doesn't get so damaged during those chemotherapy treatments. Friggin' awesome. So again, what I've just shared with you are 5 reasons why intermittent fasting can help you live longer. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you click the like button below if you did enjoy the video, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going to be constantly putting out more material about how to extend our lives and live the best quality lives as possible. And also, I do have one more thing for you. I'm giving away a free copy of my book, Fit Beyond 40. All you have to do is click the link right down there below, and that will take you right to the page. No strings attached. You get a free copy of my best-selling book, Fit Beyond 40. All right, thanks again.